your heart, cause I got bad intentions. I'm really a good girl at heart, I just make bad decisions. And I get
welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're going to be doing the Baddies West Season 3, Episode 4 recap. Alright, so at the beginning of this episode, the girls are headed out to Vegas. They finally made it out the house, okay, finally. Girls are headed on the Sprinter, and they're just like, yeah, this bus is real nice. Kershawn even mentions how the bus is like nicer than the one from last season. She was like, yeah, they must have got some more money. Obviously, they made some money because their Sprinter is much nicer than the last season. So it pans over to Natalie and Tommy. They are also headed to Vegas, but they're taking the private jet, okay? They're not taking the Sprinter. They like, look, we're not taking the Sprinter with them crazy girls, okay? So Natalie, she kind of seems like she doesn't want the other girls to be upset that they're taking the private jet and they're taking the Sprinter. But she's just like, you know, me and Tommy, we done put a lot of years into the game. We deserve to ride on this private jet here. So they headed on the private jet. Tommy is saying that she feels like, you know, the girl need to put some more respect on Natalie's name. Like, Tommy feels like the other girls think that Natalie is on the same level when in actuality Natalie is here and the other girls are here. But if we're being honest, I feel like Natalie does not make it known that she is the EP, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know, she's the EP and like she's also like a cast member, but it's just like, you know, if you want the girls to be they need to understand the level of authority that you're on. So you say. So it's just like, you know, act like it. So I feel like that's probably why she's worried that the other girls are gonna take offense to the fact that they're on the private jet versus the Sprinter, because she's just like, dang, like we're leaving them. But it's just like, you know, you the EP, do what you do, like whatever. On the private jet, Natalie brings up to Tommy that she feels like Kershawn kind of has like a big head, you know, she in the game or whatever now. And, you know, she kind of feels like Kershawn's head is getting a little big because of her comments. Like I was talking about in my last video where I was saying how Kershawn is just like, you know, this is my show. And she acting like real Hollywood. And Kershawn is just saying, you know, how this is her show and everybody wants clout off of her. And she put everybody on and blah, 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 blah. And so Tommy is just like, you know, you need to remain humble because everybody gets a little moment and, you know, they fizzle out, crash and burn pretty much. So she was just like, you know, Kershawn needs to humble herself a little bit. And I agree. I feel like Kershawn had a little bit talking about this is my show, blah, blah, blah. Like, okay. So in this next scene, the girls, they're just having a good time. They're on the Sprinter. It pans back over to the girls on the Sprinter. And everybody who's on this Sprinter, obviously with the exception of Tommy and Natalie, but also Kat and, what's her name? Kat and Stunner Girl are in a separate car because of all the drama. So they did not ride on that Sprinter with the rest of the girls. Scotty is just like, oh my God, like, let's play a game. I'm bored. I'm trying to have fun. Like, I've been wanting to play a game like all day. So they decided to play Never Have I Ever. And in this moment, obviously, you know, when adults play Never Have I Ever, it's usually the spicy edition. So they're talking about all the places that they don't have sex. And, you know, Kershawn's just like, never have I ever done it at a church. And I'm like, okay. So then Lois, she's just like, dang, like I'm realizing how big of freaks these girls are. Like, y'all out here doing it up. Then it goes back over to Tommy and Natalie on the private jet, and Tommy gifts Natalie a pair of sunglasses from her new collection that's about to drop. Just talking or whatever, and Tommy describes, like, because she's about to be in this house with all these girls, so she describes being in a house with a bunch of strangers, pretty much. It reminds her of jail. And so I thought this part was kind of funny because Natalie was like, I have a confession. I've never been to jail. And Tommy is all shocked. And I'm like, first of all, why are you shocked? Miss Natalie is not, I'm sorry. Natalie, I know that people can change as they get older and stuff. I'm like, Natalie is not this hood booger that she tries to act like she is. Like, she's just not. And I'm not saying that you have to be a hood booger or go to jail, but I'm just saying, like, Natalie don't be out here in these streets for real. I mean, unless she, Tommy did say that she was like, all the stuff that you've done and you ain't been to jail. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe she is out here like that. I don't know. It goes back over to the girls on the sprinter. The girls are having a good time. They're drinking, playing their games, whatever. They twerking. They just having a good old time. And Razor starts showing off. Like, Razor, she having a good time. Because, like, you know, in the other episodes, Miss Razor, she, like, real quiet. And Razor, she real quiet. She don't really, she's kind of like on the sidelines a little bit in the other episodes. So, you know, she having a good time drinking, like turning up, like got her legs in the air. Her and Krishan, they doing a lot. She twerking, all this stuff. So they having them a grand time. They start playing out Razor's tattoos because if you don't know, now you know. Razor is like really, really tatted. Razor is really pretty, by the way, but Razor is tatted from head to toe. I think she does have tattoos on her face. I'm not sure, but girl, I got makeup on. Don't be doing that. But I think she has a tattoo on her face. But yeah, she's like tatted. Like, I'm talking boobs covered in tattoos. Like, every inch of her body is covered in tattoos. They're like, oh, let's see your tattoos. Like, what does this mean? What does this mean? And Scotty, she's just like, I love tattoos. I want to see all of your tattoos. So at this point, she has on a hoodie at first. Razor does. She had on a hoodie. And then she takes off her hoodie and she just had on this like white little crop top, and her boobs are kind of like, you know, out a little bit. Well, her boobs are not out, but it's just like her cleavage is showing. And then she has on sweatpants. I was kind of pressing it. Like, she's like, yeah, I want to see your tattoos. I want to see your tattoos. So the girls are like, everybody's touching on Razor. Like, Razor has a big old butt too. So everybody's touching on Razor. And, you know, when she was twerking and all this stuff. So Razor's just like, you saw my tattoos. You saw, because like, she literally has every inch of her body tatted. So she's just like, you saw my tattoo. You saw, there was one like, I guess, what do you call it? Like on her panty line or whatever, there was a tattoo, and Scotty was trying to see it. So she kind of tugs at her like pants a little bit. And so that's when she just takes her pants off and she's just in her shirt, her crop top, and her thong. I'm going to be honest here. Scotty was like, I don't know, like, for one, Scotty was really pressing to see her tattoos. I mean, granted, a lot of them were, but like, Scotty was just like, no, like, what is this? What is this? What is this? And so Scotty in her confessional, she's just like, I just really love tattoos. Like, I only have like 10 tattoos and all of them mean something to me. So when I see somebody that has like, that's covered in tattoos, I want to know the story behind their tattoos. She takes off her pants, like I said, she's in her thong. And Scotty is kind of like motioning for her to turn around. And you can kind of see like her hand kind of like grazes against her butt cheeks, and like she just like she is touching her, but she was not the only one that put her hands on Razor. Let me just say that. Krishan, she's like, you can tell like the other girls are kind of just like what's going on here. And Krishan even says like you can kind of sense the fake energy between Razor and Scotty, but nobody's really saying anything because everybody's just kumbaya, as Krishan says. Everybody has put their hands on that woman. Krishan was touching all over her. I think Razor was like, I don't know exactly what she was doing, but she was like, what you want to see? What you want to see? So she starts like getting like, Krishan is sitting on the floor of the sprinter and Razor's kind of like in her face. So like her vagina is like, she still had her pants on at this point, but like she's kind of standing over her. So she's like, what you want to see? What you want to see? Like trying to be funny. They was all up there touchy-feely, like in my personal opinion. So at this point, you can tell Razor is like a little uncomfortable because she's like, Scotty, if you just want to touch my ass and just say that. And she's like, no, I'm trying to see your tattoos. I'm trying to see your tattoos. And so Razor, she's just like, I don't do all that talking stuff. Like, just pretty much be straight up. Like, what are you trying to do? Like, she didn't say that, but like in other words, I feel like that's exactly what she was saying. Like, she was trying to say like, you know, if you're really just trying to like be fresh with me, like just say that. But I could have been interpreting that wrong, but I personally feel like that's what she was saying. So Razor, she's uncomfortable and she's like, Scotty, you're doing too much. Like you're pulling on my thong, blah, blah, blah. And even Sky says like Scotty was kind of like pressing to see her tattoos. And she was just like, you know, Scotty was making Razor uncomfortable. She could tell that she's making her uncomfortable. Then Biggie cuts in and she's like, well, Scotty's not the only person who was touching you. And I'm like, yeah, say that, because like she wasn't. And I feel like even later on in the episode, I'm like, why are you only having this animosity towards Scotty? Granted, Scotty was like the main person, I guess, but it's just like everybody was touching that woman, like everybody was. So I'm just like, what is this really about? So Razor, she says to Scotty, if you want to see something, you're going to have to pay me. And Scotty's like, I don't want to see you. Like, I don't want to, like, it's not like that. I just want to see your tattoos. And so she's like, you know, you're pulling on my clothes. You're trying to pull my clothes off, da, 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 da. So pretty much Razor feels violated. Like, she feels sexually violated. And Scotty was like, it's not like that. Like, I was literally just trying to see your tattoos. It's just about your tattoo. And so she was like, but you're pulling on my underwear. And she was like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm not trying to, like, be extra. I was just trying to see. Because, like I said, she was, like, she had a tattoo, like, kind of by her penny line. Well, like on the front, and Scotty was trying to see it. At this point, they're arguing back and forth, and Razor is obviously very drunk. They were all drinking. They had like apparently they finished like 2 bottles of Casamigos, and Razor is obviously very, very drunk. It's like a complete 180 from how she was in the house. Like, you gotta get your lip back, friend, because you're looking crazy. Like, but she's like on, I can't even say she's on 10. She's like literally on 100. Like, she's really going crazy. And she's screaming, like at this point, like her scream is so high pitched. She's screaming at this girl. Scotty's just like, it was not like that. Like, you're doing too much. It was never nothing like that. I don't want to touch you. And in her confessional, she's just like, yeah, I'm not even trying to touch you like that. So I don't know, like, you trying to do too much. Boop, pop Scotty. She punches her. They start trying to go at it. Scotty was not trying to fight this woman. Then child, Krishan, they have like the little, I don't know what those cameras are called, but like they're like the little personal cameras or whatever. Krishan grabs it and starts recording like she a part of the camera crew. Like, Krishan is so funny. Like, when she's not like, you know, on 10, like, Krishan is hilarious. Razor's just like, you know, Scotty, you need to play with something safe. Like, baby, don't play with me. Like, and Scotty's just like, I don't want to fight you. Like, I don't want to fight you. But she's like provoking Scotty, and Scotty's just like, you know, if you want to fight, then run up. And security's holding Scotty back, but nobody was holding Razor back. So Scotty was just like, he holding me back. What about you? Like, if you want to fight me, then run up. So Krishan, she's saying that in her confessional, she's like, you know, Scotty did not touch Razor any more than I touched Razor. She was like, I was touching her too. So she was like, you know, Krishan feels like this was about a man. I doubt it, but like, that's what Krishan is saying. She's like, maybe this is about a man, because, you know, I get crazy about my man. We know Krishan. But she's like, I get crazy about my man. So maybe this has to do, like, you know, it's some secret animosity there. But to me, I feel like it's later revealed like what this really is about. And I will say, in this episode, Scotty kind of surprised me. Like, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Scotty, she seems like real, like, Scotty kind of reminds me of me a little bit. In a way, I don't even want to say that, but in certain ways she does. Like, Scotty's like, she's like kind of on the sideline. She, you know, she enjoys everybody. She has fun. She don't really do too much, but like, she was holding her own for real. And, you know, when she was going back and forth, because Razor is literally on she's on 1,000. But we cannot take away from the fact that if Razor says she feels violated, she felt violated, and that's just that on that. In this next scene, Natalie and Tommy finally make it to the house, and Natalie, she's being funny, and she's just like, oh, Tommy, don't post those private jet pictures. And Tommy's like, why? And I'm like, Natalie, what are you so afraid of? But she was like, don't post those pictures, girl. And she was like, why not? And she was like, cause they're gonna be mad. They're gonna be mad. And she was like, who cares? Like, we're up here and they're down here. She didn't say that, but pretty much Like, she was like, you're the executive producer, I'm a producer. Like, if we want to take a private jet, we can. And who's going to check us? Nobody. So the girls get to the house now, and, you know, they're just like, it's a really nice house, blah, 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 whatever. Mind you, Cat and Son Girl are still on the way, which I'm kind of mad because they must have really been chilling. They must ain't been doing too much, Cat and Stunner Girl, because they didn't give them no camera time this episode. None. Nada. Nothing. Biggie's like, where is Natalie at? Cause she's nowhere to be found. Blah 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 blah. And you know, when they get in the house, they see that Natalie and Tommy is there. And Lo was like, y'all look refreshed. And so she's just like, oh yeah, we took the private jet. And so Biggie is just like, y'all took the private jet and y'all had me on the Sprinter with these crazy girls trying to kill each other? No ma'am. So Tommy's just like, trying to kill each other. What's going on? What's the tea? So at this point, they're pretty much trying to give Natalie and Tommy the rundown on what went on the bus. So Razor's obviously still upset, and she's like, look, I don't care about nothing that y'all talking about. Scotty the naughty, run up. That's like what she said. Scotty the naughty. I'm like, Scotty the naughty, but she's like, yeah, Scotty the naughty, run up, run up, run up. Rolly is over these girls. She's just like, I'm tired of all the arguing, all the fighting. Like, no ma'am. Lo, she's just like, look, I don't think it was the best idea for her to start trying to get active with her as soon as we get to the Vegas house. Like, we got stuff to do because they were supposed to be performing. Rolly, Tommy, and Krishan are supposed to be performing at a club that night. So they're just like, I'm over it. Like, I'm over the drama. Like, I'm just trying to get to the money. Trying to get to the bag. Rolly's just like, Scooby-Doo, Scrappy-Doo, y'all need to get it in. Do what y'all gotta do because I'm tired. Rolly also feels like Razor is kind of like amping up because she's off the liquor. So she's just like, you know, she kind of feels like she's doing a lot because she's just like, you know, Scotty's not the type of person to do something like that. But it's like, at the end of the day, I see both sides of the situation, but it's like, first, people need to like listen to Razor and understand, like, she said that she felt sexually violated. So it's just like, I don't know. I feel like Razor screaming at Scotty. She's just like, she's literally screaming this entire episode. Let me just say that. But she's just like, you not eating here, you ain't sleeping here, you gotta go to sleep tonight, so you better watch out, like da da da. And Scotty's just like, I slept peacefully last night, I'm gonna sleep peacefully tonight. I said, I know that's right, Scotty. Oh, Razor, she's just like, run up, like I'm trying to fight. And so the girls really pretty much just suggest that they duke it out. So Natalie's like, Scotty, you trying to fight? And I'm like, first of all, y'all are so messy. I feel like grown adults, like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting here saying that I promote violence or nothing like that, but like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, y'all are too grown. Y'all are too grown. Just talk. Like, just talk it out. Y'all gotta fight. But Natalie's just like, Scotty, do you want to fight? And Scotty was like, come on, let her do her little rumble tumble. So Natalie's like, all right, let's get the rumbling and tumbling. Let's go. They get to fighting. And I feel like Scotty held her own for real. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and act like it was like damage done, but like, I didn't expect that much from Scotty, to be honest. So I was just like, okay, good job, Scotty. Like, you did that. You did your big one. So then Razor, she's just like, you mad I stole your bestie? And so she's like, you stole my bestie? What are you talking about? And I'm like, what are you talking about? But apparently she's talking about Natalie. So she's just like, you know, I'm cool with Natalie. Like, I'm still your best friend. I'm like, what is this even about? Like, come on. So Tommy's just like, are these teenagers? Like, what? And Scotty's just like, you can have Natalie. Have her. She's up for grabs. Take her. This is what this is about. You can have her. Like, and I'm like, Natalie is no prize. Like, what is going on? Once again, Rolly is over it. And in her confessional, she says, In other words, she's just like, she feels like Razor is singling Scotty out because she's just like, you know, Scotty was not the only girl that touched her on that sprinter. So she's just like, for her to be imping up on Scotty like this, she feels like she's just kind of picking on her. So she's literally walking around this house screaming. Like, if you have not watched it, I cannot even describe how she is like screaming. Like, she's screaming. So Biggie is like, you know, Razor, you gotta calm down. She's trying to calm her down. Razor's like, don't touch me, mind your business. I don't want to talk to you. And she's like, Biggie is, at this point, I'm like, Biggie, you a good one, because I'd have been like, I can't do it. Like, I get it. Like, because she's just like, you know, we have money to make, we got stuff to do. So you can't just be, you know, still acting like this, because they're trying to go out, like, because they got a bag. They got a bag to make. So I keep adjusting my nose ring. Razor is just like, respectfully, Biggie, mind your business. Like, get out of my face. Don't touch me. I don't care what you're talking about. Get out of my face, because she sees red. She sees red, and she don't want to talk to Biggie. And Biggie, she's just like, come on, you're so beautiful. Like, stop acting like this, blah, blah, blah. And so she's just, so Razor is in Biggie's face, and she's like, ain't that your friend? Ain't that your friend? Ain't that your friend? Go find her. Go find her and bring her back to me. And Biggie in her confessional, she's just like, first of all, ain't none of these hoes my friend, okay? None of them. She was like, I'm bored. She's like, first of all, I'm bored. I'm here to make money. Ain't none of y'all my friend, for real. Like, so what did you talk about? In this next scene, Natalie, Scotty, and Sky are sitting on, I'm guessing it's Natalie's bed. And they're just pretty much talking about what's going on. And Natalie's just like, that's so crazy, because you're not even a fighter. And she's like, I know. And they're just like, you know, do you hear her? She's still going crazy out there. Like, Scotty is pretty much trying to explain to Natalie like what happened, because Natalie's like, I still don't really understand what this is about. So she starts breaking down to her everything that happened on the sprinter. Then it pans over back to Razor and Biggie, and at this point, Lo joins them in the kitchen, because Lo is also trying to help Biggie to calm her down. And, you know, I feel like Lo and Razor, they're like pretty good friends. So she's just like, you know, you gotta stop acting like this. And so she was like, why would I? Why would I? Why would I? And the way that she's in this lady's face, like, she's literally in Lo's face, like screaming at her. And Lo has a lot of patience. I feel like Lo and Biggie, they both have a lot of patience, because I'm like, you're not gonna be screaming at me in my face like that. And it's like, I get it, you drunk, but like, no, ma'am. Razor says to Lo, if you're my friend, go find that girl and bring her back here to me, because I'm not searching for nobody. And I'm like, but you was just looking for her. You was literally just walking around looking for her. But now all of a sudden you don't search for nobody. Lo is asking Razor, like, why are you acting like this? So she's just like, you know, I don't care. Not in this calm of a voice, she's screaming, but she's just like, I don't care what anybody has to say about this. Like, I'm acting accordingly. Like, I felt violated, and y'all are gonna hear me. She's gonna hear me, and I don't care what nobody has to say about it. So Tommy is just like, you know, we gotta perform, and you're not gonna mess this up for us. She pretty much says that, like, you know, we're all here for a reason. We're not here just, you know, simply just to have fun. We're here to also make money. So, well, not even just for fun, but she's like, we're not here for the shenanigans, for real. Like, we have stuff to do. We have to perform, and we cannot take you outside and you're acting like this. So she's just like, I'm gonna go talk to Razor. And Razor's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. She's like, respectfully, I don't want to hear nothing nobody has to say, because y'all are not me. And I was like, I feel her. Like, I feel her. Like, she wants her feelings to be validated, because, you know, she feels like Scotty violated her, and she feels like people are making her seem like she's going crazy, like she's crazy. But she's just like, no, like, I feel violated, and nobody's like, she doesn't feel seen right now. Krishan and Tommy then joins Natalie, Scotty, and Sky in the bedroom, and they're talking, and they're pretty much just like, look, like, we have too much stuff to do. Like, what are we gonna do to solve this situation? So Scotty, she's just like, I don't know what more like she wants from me. Like, you know, I'm over it. And so Tommy suggests if running her ones again is gonna make her shut up, then you just gotta go out there and fight her again. And I'm like, first of all, y'all are not about to tell me what I have to do. Y'all not gonna tell me that I have to fight this woman again because she won't shut up. Like, so I mean, Scotty, she seems like she's just like, I mean, I'll do it, you know. I'm like, period. But no, you gotta talk about some, just fight again, just fight again. And solve what? Like, what are we solving? Like, Tommy's just like, you know, we gotta go out and one of y'all gonna have to stay here if y'all can't figure this out. So Lo and Razor are in the room and they're talking to each other, and Lo is really just trying to figure out like, what's the issue? And Razor, she's just like, she's calm now. Like, she's still mad, but she's more calm. She's not screaming. And so she's just like, I don't care what nobody has to say. Scotty knows what she did. And nobody can tell me otherwise. Nobody can convince me that she didn't do what she did because she did it. So Tommy walks in while they're talking. And Tommy's just like, I just feel like the story's not adding up. Like, she's like comparing Scotty's side and she's comparing Scotty's side of the situation to Razor's side, and she's just like, something is not adding up, and I don't know what it is, but she was like, somebody is lying about this situation. And she says, she's like, somebody's lying about this situation. To be honest, I don't care who. Like, she's like, I'm a solution only type of person at this point. So she's like, where can we meet in the middle pretty much so that way y'all can chill out so we can get to bed. So then Natalie calls all the girls downstairs to talk. As I'm like, first of all of these episodes have been just them fighting. Like, nothing has been done. I mean, I can't say that the other season they wasn't fighting, because they were, but it's just like they're just fighting. Scotty's on one end, Razor's on the other end, and they're just kind of like mediating. They're like, you know, figure out what's tea. You say your side, and we're leaving it here. Razor, she's just like, you know, Scotty, you know what you did. You violated me, and that's just that. And so Scotty's like, how did I violate you? I was just looking at your tattoos just like everybody else. And so, and I feel exactly where Razor's coming from in this, like, in this moment for real, because Scotty keeps bringing it back to the tattoos. And Razor's like, this is not about the tattoo. This is about you violating me, you pulling my clothes down. Razor says that Scotty was feeling on her coochie, but everybody was like, I did not see that happen, because everybody's like, I was sitting right there, I didn't see that happen. But whatever. So Scotty's like, I didn't do none of that. Like, you're dragging it. So whenever it's Scotty's time to talk, Scotty has said, she made a little comment. I don't know if this was an accident or she did this on purpose, but she was like, you should address that bit before. It's like she kind of cut it off. And so Razor turned around, she was like, what'd you just say? And then Scotty was like, you should address that before. She's like, no, what'd you just say? And Tommy's like, go back to your salons, Razor. Go back to your salons. Like, you need to bring it back, bring it back. And it looked like they was finna square up again, but then the episode cut off. So maybe they're gonna fight again in like the beginning of the next episode, but that's pretty much that. And I've been trying to make sure that I'm not talking too much and offering too much of my opinion, just so that way I can like get the point across without making the video super long. But anyways, that's the end of this video, y'all. So I really hope you enjoyed it, and we're staying tuned for the next video, because in episode 5, Tommy and Stunna, they come together and they're having a conversation, but it don't look like it's gonna go well. So we gonna see. But anyways, thank you guys for watching my video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and leave a comment down below telling me what you think about this video and what you think about the episode. I'll see y'all in the next one.
How you kill this? I understood the assignment.